Welcome to Trending Now USA, and I am Bella. Right now the tennis world is locked in, eyes fixed on Melbourne, as one of the most anticipated matchups of the Australian Open 2026 is unfolding live. Fans around the globe are tuning in for what has quickly become a headline moment of the tournament. Coco Gauff versus Karolina Muchova, streaming free and drawing massive attention across every major sports platform. This is not just another match on the schedule. This is a collision of styles, stories, momentum, and legacy, happening on one of tennis's biggest stages. From the opening moments of this Australian Open campaign, the energy around Coco Gauff has been electric. Still only in her early 20s, Gauff has already established herself as one of the defining players of her generation. Her journey from teenage prodigy to Grand Slam champion has been watched in real time by millions, and every appearance she makes now carries the weight of expectation. Melbourne has become a proving ground once again, a place where champions are tested not only physically, but mentally, under the blazing sun and relentless pressure of Rod Laver Arena. Gauff arrived in Australia with confidence, form, and a clear message. She is here to contend for the title. Across the net stands Karolina Muchova, one of the most respected and dangerous all-court players on the WTA Tour. Muchova's career has been shaped by resilience, patience, and an unmistakable tennis intelligence that separates her from many of her peers. Injuries may have slowed her rise at different moments, but when healthy, Muchova is known as a tactician capable of dismantling even the most powerful opponents. Her ability to vary pace, use angles, and transition seamlessly from baseline to net makes her a nightmare matchup, particularly in high-stakes Grand Slam encounters like this one. As the match begins, the contrast in styles is immediately evident. Coco Gauff brings explosive athleticism, heavy topspin, and one of the best defensive games in women's tennis. Her speed allows her to turn defense into offense in a heartbeat, and her improved serve has become a major weapon on hard courts. Muchova, on the other hand, relies on variety and precision. She slices, drops shots, changes rhythm, and forces her opponents to think through every point. This is power versus craft, youth versus experience, raw speed versus calculated control. The Australian Open crowd has responded in kind. Every rally is met with rising anticipation, every break point with collective gasps. Gauff's supporters roar when she unleashes a forehand winner down the line, while Muchova's fans appreciate the subtle brilliance of a perfectly disguised drop shot that leaves Gauff sprinting forward, too late to respond. This atmosphere is exactly what defines Melbourne in January: passionate, global, and fully invested in the drama unfolding point by point. For Coco Gauff, this match represents another step in a season that many believe could define her legacy. Already a Grand Slam champion, she has spoken openly about her hunger for more majors, for consistency at the very top, and for becoming a dominant force rather than a fleeting star. Her movement around the court today reflects that ambition. She tracks down balls that seem unreachable, extends rallies until opportunities appear, and shows maturity in shot selection that continues to impress analysts and former champions alike. Karolina Muchova, meanwhile, is playing with the calm of someone who understands the moment but refuses to be overwhelmed by it. She has been here before, deep in major tournaments, facing the world's best under intense pressure. Her serve placement has been key early on, pulling Gauff wide and opening up the court for her next shot. When rallies extend, Muchova is not rushing. She is constructing points, waiting for the right opening, trusting her instincts and her preparation. This matchup also carries broader implications for the tournament itself. With several top seeds already eliminated in earlier rounds, the draw has opened up in unexpected ways. A win here could set the tone for a deep run, potentially shaping the narrative of the entire Australian Open. For Gauff, advancing reinforces her status as a favorite. For Muchova, an upset would signal a major statement, reminding the tennis world that she remains a serious contender for Grand Slam glory. As the sets progress, momentum swings back and forth. Gauff's intensity is unmistakable. She pumps her fist after winning long rallies, feeding off the crowd's energy. Her return game is relentless, putting constant pressure on Muchova's service games. Yet Muchova responds with composure, absorbing the pace and redirecting it with elegance. She uses her net skills to finish points efficiently, drawing applause even from neutral spectators who appreciate the artistry of her game. Beyond the lines of the court, this match has captured attention far beyond traditional tennis audiences. Social media platforms are buzzing with live reactions, highlight clips, and debates about strategy and outcomes. The phrase free livestream has drawn in casual viewers who may not typically watch early-round Grand Slam matches, expanding the reach of this encounter and amplifying its significance. For women's tennis, moments like this underscore the sport's growing global appeal and the star power of its leading players. Coco Gauff's story continues to resonate with younger fans, particularly those who see in her a reflection of possibility and progress. Her poise in interviews, her advocacy off the court, and her relentless work ethic have made her more than just an athlete. She is a cultural figure. Every match she plays now contributes to a larger narrative about what the next era of tennis looks like and how far it can go. Karolina Muchova's journey, while different, is no less compelling. She represents perseverance in a sport that often rewards immediate results. Her willingness to adapt her game, to come back from setbacks, and to trust her unique style has earned her respect across the tour. Matches like this, on a stage as big as the Australian Open, are where her approach shines brightest, challenging assumptions and reminding fans that there is more than one way to succeed at the highest level. As the match reaches its most intense moments, every point feels magnified. Break points are contested with fierce determination. Long rallies test endurance under the Australian heat. The physical and mental demands of Grand Slam tennis are on full display, and both players are meeting the challenge head-on. This is not just about winning a match. It is about asserting identity, confidence, and belief in one's game. The commentary surrounding this encounter continues to build. Analysts note Gauff's improved decision-making under pressure, her ability to stay aggressive without overhitting. Others highlight Muchova's tactical brilliance, her knack for disrupting rhythm and forcing opponents into uncomfortable positions. These observations feed into a broader discussion about the evolution of women's tennis, where diversity of style and depth of competition have never been greater. As viewers watch live, many are already speculating about what comes next. How will the winner recover physically and mentally for the next round? What does this performance say about their chances against other top contenders still in the draw? These questions linger with every game, every set, adding layers of intrigue to an already compelling showdown. The Australian Open has long been known as the Happy Slam, but moments like this remind everyone why it is also one of the most demanding tournaments on the calendar. The conditions test players to their limits, and only those with resilience, adaptability, and belief can thrive. Coco Gauff and Karolina Muchova are both demonstrating those qualities in abundance today. As the match continues to unfold live, one thing is clear: this is tennis at its highest level. It is a meeting of talent, preparation, and will, broadcast freely to a global audience hungry for drama and excellence. Whether you are a longtime fan or a first-time viewer drawn in by the promise of a free live stream, this encounter delivers exactly what the Australian Open promises every year: unforgettable moments, emerging narratives, and the relentless pursuit of greatness. Here on Trending Now USA, we are watching history in the making. Coco Gauff versus Karolina Muchova is more than a match. It is a snapshot of where women's tennis stands in 2026, vibrant, competitive, and filled with stars who are redefining the sport in real time. As the final points approach, the tension is palpable, the stakes undeniable, and the world remains tuned in, waiting to see who will rise, who will advance, and who will leave Melbourne with momentum that could carry all the way to the championship weekend.